Good morning and welcome back to The Point for Friday, August 18th. We're keeping a very watchful eye on U.S. futures this morning after yesterday's worldwide sell-off. They're trading pretty flat right now, but yesterday the S&P 500 lost over 1.5%, while the NASDAQ dropped nearly 2%, while volatility kicked up again. Investors pulled $1.3 billion from equity funds in the week ending August 16th as uneasiness begins to mount. Question marks in Washington, paired with tensions with North Korea and a terror attack in Barcelona, are pushing investors to safer assets. Though some analysts claim these events should not have too much impact on the market, as Naoki Fujiwara, a chief fund manager in Tokyo, said what's most important is the direction of U.S. monetary policy, and as long as the fundamentals are steady, the market will recover. Although yesterday's dip was felt globally, as the Stoxx Europe 600 index tanked 0.9% as of this morning, led by a 1% loss in France and the UK to pair with the 0.6% fall in Germany. The MSCI All-Country World Index dropped to its lowest point in 5 weeks, while the Emerging Market Index tumbled 0.6%. Asian markets weren't much better, as the MSCI Asia Pacific fell 0.5%, led by a 1.1% loss in Japan. Hong Kong also saw moderate losses, while the Australian markets also took a dip, down 0.6%. Bonds were also lower than the day before, with 10-year treasuries at 2.19%, while European bonds also saw minor pullbacks. And authorities in China are restricting domestic companies from investing in overseas property, hotels, entertainment, and sports clubs to encourage the Belt and Road Initiative, linking them across Asia and Europe. Commodities were a sliver of light as crude oil advanced to over $47 per barrel, while gold gained 0.5% to see its strongest point in over 9 months. Zinc continues its push, above $3,100 a metric ton, but the commodity's outlook may turn a bit foggy. Major miners may be starting projects that could put supply restraints on the metal, while falling house prices in China are likely to put pressure on steel prices. The dollar dipped a bit lower, as the euro and pound both saw 0.2% gains, as the yen pushed to its highest in over 3 months after a 0.4% gain. In Barcelona, at least 13 people were killed in a terror attack yesterday as a van plowed through pedestrians. The suspected terrorists were then killed as the Islamic State is claiming responsibility. Speculation rose that Trump's top economic aide, former Goldman Sachs executive Gary Cohn, was to resign, although he opted to stay on board for the time being. And investors are pretty much watching every step the government takes as they struggle to gain any traction with policy or maintain advisors. The Fed is also under a watchful eye as we look for clues on the possibility of another rate hike this year and when they plan to unwind their massive balance sheet. The Pirates are getting harder and harder to watch as they dropped a 5th straight game, blowing an early 5-1 lead and allowing 4 runs in the 9th to the Cardinals as they lost 11-7. They currently remain 5.5 games behind the Cubs with 3 more games against the Cardinals to go. Kevin Durant claims if the Warriors are invited to the White House, he will not attend because he, quote-unquote, doesn't respect who is in office right now. And scores were low in the first round of the Wyndham Championship, where Matt Every leads at 9 under par as players race to the finish to make the FedEx Cup playoffs. That is it for us today on The Point for Friday, August 18th, and we hope you have a great weekend.